Bro, if you don't fix this, you're gonna wake up one day and realize that you wasted your whole life. You ever feel like time is just moving fast, but you're not? Like the weeks, the months, and the years are just flying by, but you're still in the same place? That's because you are. Meanwhile, the people who took control of their focus, their habits, and mindset are out there making moves. They're stacking their wins and building the life they want while you're still telling yourself that you'll start tomorrow. Most people will waste their entire life because of these three things. Three things that are stealing your time, energy, and potential. But if you fix these, your entire life changes. Look, I get it. I've been there. I've wasted days, weeks, and months stuck in the same cycle, distracted, unmotivated, making excuses, and just overthinking everything. But once I figured out these three things that were keeping me stuck and cut them out, everything changed. My focus, my discipline, and my execution all leveled up. And today I'm gonna give you the exact wake-up call I wish someone had given me. Today I'm gonna talk about the three life wasters. Each of these three things will follow this format. The problem, what's keeping you stuck. The psychology, why your brain is working against you. And the fix, how to escape it starting today. Life waster number one, cheap dopamine. You see, the first thing that's keeping you stuck is cheap dopamine. You're not lazy. Your brain is just addicted to the wrong things. Every time you scroll mindlessly, binge watch Netflix, play video games for hours, or chase quick pleasure, you're training your brain to be weak. See, your dopamine system is hijacked. Dopamine is the chemical in your brain that controls the motivation and pleasure. Now, it's supposed to reward hard work and discipline, but in today's world, you're getting dopamine hits for doing absolutely nothing. Endless scrolling, junk food, porn, alcohol, partying, it all gives you dopamine. So when it's time to actually do something hard, like working on your goals, hitting the gym, or reading a book, your brain resists it because you're wired to chase the easy dopamine instead. You don't have a discipline problem. You have a brain that's been trained to take the easy way out. If you want to fix this, you have to detox from the things that are hijacking your dopamine. Cut out the mindless social media, the porn, the alcohol, processed sugar, and all those distractions for at least 30 days and replace them with intentional habits. You have reading, you have exercising, you have deep work. Now, I know that's easier said than done, which is exactly why I created the Monk Mode Challenge. When you're in an environment where people are actually staying disciplined, cutting distractions, and putting in the work, it's way easier to stay locked in. You don't have to do this alone. If you're in a place where everyone is committed to leveling up, the Monk Mode Challenge is where you need to be. It's totally free to join, so just click the link in the description. But dopamine addiction is just one piece of the puzzle. Even if you fix this, if you're still stuck in the wrong environment, you'll never reach your potential. Life waster number two, low value people and environments. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. Look at the people around you. Are they pushing you to grow, or are they keeping you comfortable? The hard truth is you become the average 5 people you spend the most time with. If you're surrounded by lazy, negative, or unmotivated people, you're being dragged down, even if you don't realize it. And it's not just about people, it's about your physical environment. If you're always in distracting places, you'll always feel distracted. If you're in places full of temptations and cheap dopamine, you'll always feel weak. If your life is messy, unstructured, and chaotic, so will your mindset. If you want to fix this, you have to upgrade your circle and your environment. Cut out the people who keep you in the past. If they're not growing, they'll resent you for even trying. So get around people who challenge you. If your environment doesn't force you to level up, you're in the wrong place. You need a place like the Monk Mode Challenge and community. Shameless plug. Where people are actually putting in the work, cutting out distractions, and holding each other accountable. You need to be around people who make you uncomfortable with how much they're growing. And here's the thing, even if you fix dopamine and fix your environment, if you're still overthinking and not taking action, your potential will stay locked away. Life waster number 3, overthinking instead of taking action. Your biggest enemy isn't failure, it's hesitation. You already know what you need to do, but you keep waiting for the perfect time, the perfect plan, the perfect moment. See, you tell yourself you're preparing, but really, you're just scared to start. Because if you never start, you never fail. Overthinking is just fear disguised as logic. Your brain convinces you that you need more time, more research, more preparation before you even take action. But the truth is, overthinking is a defense mechanism. Your mind sees the unknown as a threat. So instead of making a move, it tries to analyze every possible outcome, thinking that will give you control. But the longer you stay stuck in your head, the harder it becomes to actually start. Your brain is wired for survival, not success. It will always choose the path of least resistance. Overthinking is safe. Action is risky. Your brain tricks you into believing that if you just think long enough, you'll eventually feel ready, but readiness never comes. Action creates readiness. The only way to fix overthinking is to stop waiting and start moving. The first thing you have to do is just shrink the decision. See, most people overthink because they're looking at the entire staircase instead of the first step. They think about all the work it's going to take, all the possible ways they could fail, and they create their own paralysis. But momentum doesn't come from thinking, it comes from movement. If you want to break out of the cycle of overthinking, you have to train your brain to act before it hesitates. The 2-minute rule is one of the easiest ways to do this. See, if something takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. If it takes longer, break it down into steps so small that it feels impossible to fail. Instead of, I need to write a book, write one sentence. Instead of, I need to build a business, just make one phone call. The goal isn't to accomplish everything in one move, it's to stop hesitation in its tracks. The second thing is to commit to imperfection. See, overthinking is fueled by perfectionism. You don't want to start unless you know you'll do it perfectly. But nothing great was ever built perfectly from the start. The first draft of anything is gonna be messy. The first time you try something new, you're gonna suck at it. But progress is not about perfection, it's about getting in the reps. See, action teaches you more than overthinking ever will. So no more waiting. No more, I'll start tomorrow. The only forward is through action. So let's bring this home. You know the 3 biggest things stealing your time, focus, and potential. You have dopamine addiction, which is keeping you weak, a low-value environment that's keeping you stuck, and overthinking instead of taking action is keeping you trapped. If you fix these 3 things, your life will change faster than you can even imagine. But most people won't stick with it. Not because they don't want to, but because they don't have accountability. See, that's why I created the Muck Mode Challenge, which is a free 30-day community designed to keep you focused, disciplined, and surrounded by people who actually want to grow. Inside, you'll get daily check-ins to track your progress, a habit tracker to stay consistent, a community that won't let you slack, and live sessions where I break down the obstacles, answer questions, and keep you locked in. You have 2 choices. Keep doing what you've been doing, keep making excuses and stay exactly where you are, or take control, eliminate distractions, and finally start executing at the level you know you're capable of. So just click the link in the description, join the challenge, and let's get to work. Stay unstoppable.